Okay, and welcome back, viewers. We are, of course, busy with day 3 of the Indoor Africa Cup that's taking place at the MTC Dome in Swakopmund. Well, the finals are only taking place tomorrow, and today we have two good games that we are all very, very excited for. In the first games, in the men and the women, we will be seeing Zimbabwe take on South Africa, and then in the other game, we do have Botswana who have arrived to the party that will be taking on Namibia. So we are very excited for today. So please do stay tuned as to get ready for some hockey action. So yeah, we'll be seeing you guys shortly.
More than a retailer, we bring sports to life. From teamwear to trophies, we've got it all. Headquartered in Windhoek, find us at the Grove Mall, Vernhill, Old Breweries Craft Center, Swakopmund, Walvis Bay, Otjiwarongo, Oshikati, and Rundu. Experience the best in sports and style at OTB Sport. We're not just about sports, we're about community. Join us at OTB Sport, where passion meets purpose.
This is what it has come to, the moment that defines a season. It's the finale, and I want it all. I want Pep and Crop racing for the top, and Osimhen masking up. I want the biggest stars shining on Champions League nights. I want the passion of Serie A. I want La Liga. I want the Premier League. I want the football finals. I want it all. Reconnect to catch every match live on DSTV.
Good morning, viewers. Of course, this is the Indo Africa Cup here at the Dome in Swakopmund. Such a beautiful Saturday. Of course, we are looking forward to extremely talented players here today on the pitch. Of course, this is Namibia that is going to play against. Pardon me. Of course, it's South Africa that will play against Zimbabwe. Of course, this tournament serves as the African qualifiers for the Indoor Hockey World Cup scheduled to take place in 2025 in Croatia. Only the top 2 men's and top 2 women's team will earn a spot in this global event. The primary aim is for all teams is to reach the final stage and secure their place in next year's World Cup. It has absolutely been amazing 3 days. Of course, stay with us. We will quickly look at a few interviews with the coaches.
The process towards our game tomorrow against Namibia in the final.
Okay, well, what did you make of the game against Namibia yesterday? Very exciting. Game ended 5-4. What did you make of that performance by you guys yesterday?
I think we had a very mature performance for the first 3 chuckers, and we said it in the team talk and obviously during the game. We give them a slip, and obviously that last chucker, they obviously got the crowd behind them, and they got those 4 goals to make it a tight contest till the end.
Okay, well, that sets up a beautiful final. But yeah, what is the plan going into this game against Zimbabwe?
I think again it's following the processes, doing the right things, getting our structure right, and having another mature performance to build towards the final game.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
By Anton, head coach of Zimbabwe's men's team. Anton, a big game against, ranked number 1 in Africa, South Africa that is. What can we expect from you and your team today?
No, we're just here to do our best. Whatever the outcome, we'll accept as it is. Yes.
And looking at your team so far in the competition, what have you made of your performance thus far?
Because looking at your own, where you're coming from, I think there's some improvement in our squad, but it's only in this time.
You know, we spoke yesterday. I spoke to Cage yesterday and your assistant coach. And the thing is, you guys played against some tough competition, some tough teams. That just means there's room for growth because you guys get to take the experience back home. Yeah, what next on the drawing board for you guys?
We're hoping that there's going to be progression as we move on. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, good day.
Of course, Nkosi Sikelel Africa, that is South Africa and Zimbabwe Indo-Africa Cup. Man, of course, this competition or rather tournament started a few days ago, and South Africa is yet to battle Zimbabwe here at Dome in Swakopmund. I cannot wait to see what unfolds from this one. Of course, we have seen South Africa being in form yesterday, playing quite some intense game right there against Namibia. It was a beautiful game. We saw how the fitness of South Africa was on par. And of course, Zimbabwe played against Namibia the first day, and a game which, of course, they lost to. Now we will see what comes out of this one. And of course, joining me today is, of course, the magnificent, brilliant, well-versed Darren.
Yeah, good morning, Enzo. It's another game, promises to be a thriller. Of course, Zimbabwe need a big win in order to qualify for the final and the Indo World Cup. The South Africans are almost there, of course. And here are your teams. Mustafa Kasim. Justin Omlio has unfortunately had to travel home as his son is ill, and we wish him all the best and a good recovery for Jesse, Hans Nedland, Diane Kassim, Keegan Hazel, Nicholas White, Dal Langford, Idris Abdullah, the captain, Jethro Eustace, game number 52 for him. Leroux Ditakanyani, who played, of course, in the opening game of the tournament, was his debut. Kudzanai Tembo, the captain of Zimbabwe, as well as Kudzai Chimbatete, had good games against Namibia. Can they bring it today? Tendai Maredza, Kevin January. It's a young team, a team looking to re-establish themselves on the international stage of indoor hockey. Well, this is the first steps for them, for South Africa, looking to improve on a 6th place finish at the Indo World Cup in Croatia next year. Well, first they've got to make sure their ticket is booked, and the victory or draw today will do that for them as we get underway. South Africa in all white, Zimbabwe in all black. Jethro Eustace wins an early free hit here. Well, early doors, Zimbabwe will look to show a bit of patience. They struggled a little bit in the patience showing against Namibia. They were very good in the first and third quarters before losing some of their momentum in the fourth quarters. Well, we'll see what they produce today. Here's Diane Kassim, cuts inside to Del Piero Langford. He was South Africa's Indo IPT, the Indo Nationals player of the tournament. Keegan Hesse driving inside, bringing it across, picked out on this occasion.
Of course, Darren, Zimbabwe did suffer a serious loss from Namibia during their first game here at the Dome. And of course, Zimbabwe looks, of course, to come back and maybe make an impact on this one facing South Africa.
Eustace passes it to Nick White. Eustace is now working in Australia in the under-21 program. There he has a chance for South Africa. It's driven across, but just lacks a little bit of the fire. And it goes out for a long corner. Nick White was in the middle. Hazlett is the one that does it.
The ball is there with Tendai Maredza. Of course, a young, talented Zimbabwean player right there. Of course, South Africa comes, takes the ball.
Yeah, early doors, game a bit tentative, just waiting for something to click. It's kind of like when you start building a puzzle and you're just trying to sort the pieces out, and then all of a sudden one or two might click. Right now, everyone's just trying to find where's the outside of the puzzle. Tranche, good drive inside from Zimbabwe. Nice work on that occasion via Forbes Tindwa, because he scored the goal against Namibia, the one goal for them. Muchono at the back with Maredza, who will slow game down as much as possible. Drives inside, or almost a perfect connection there. But in the middle, Kudzunai Tembo couldn't get the right touch, and it bobbles up. Free it to South Africa. Very much a puzzle-building game so far.
Of course, that is the captain of South Africa. Eustace, yesterday he did, of course, to showcase some beautiful play right there against Namibia. He scored the first goal in literally the first quarter of Namibia versus South Africa. He's still the man to watch for, and of course we still have Langford Dal right there at the front with assisted by White. Of course, Zimbabwe is taking those chances, creating opportunities. They definitely want to, of course, take the first goal. In these kinds of competitions, you need to take the first goal so you can play with some sort of comfort, or that first goal gives you some sort of ease to continue playing and get to the front. The ball is with Dayan. Of course, he was the man of the match yesterday between their match with Namibia. Of course, he did some skillful and world-class hockey from Dayan. There is Kasim Dayan in front.
Yeah, this game just again looking for its first moments. It hasn't happened yet. That's okay. We've got a long way to go still. Zimbabwe will be happy that they haven't conceded any early goals. There is the Zimbabwean ladies team. They'll be taking on South Africa later on, knowing that a victory will put them in the Indo Hockey World Cup. For South Africa, a draw would be sufficient. Tendai Maredza plays it up. That ball flicks up through the stands, and it's out the back here by the pub. The bar isn't open yet. You can't buy your beer this morning, Enzo.
Yes, no, definitely. And we are on the job. We do not drink and work.
Good politically correct answer in case any other bosses are listening. Just move that tequila aside, okay? There goes a chance. Oh, Zimbabwe are creating, and that's just wide. Brilliant little shot creation on the right-hand side. South Africa almost caught out there. Wonderful work from Kamaseru. Almost firing it in, and well, South Africa might rise to that. They might not like that very much, but here goes Zimbabwe again. Brilliant tackle by the young man in the team, Tutakanyani.
Of course, I think Zimbabwe is hungry for this one. They've been having most of the chances here today. So far, they had three very close chances. Of course, getting ready and trying to score a goal in the start here. South Africa might need to, of course, get back to the game and, of course, look at those loopholes that they are letting through for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, it's not been a solid start by South Africa, but really Zimbabwe having the one good chance so far, firing it just wide. South Africa yet to chase Chivetete. Of course, you must also remember South Africa played, that'll be a penalty corner off the foot. South Africa played an intense game last night with Namibia. It's a quick turnaround, less than 12 hours. And that always does, well, sorry, just a bit more than 12 hours. My maths wasn't so good on that occasion, but yeah, it's also a little bit in the body. Zimbabwe having the off day yesterday, so to speak. They did play a bit of a friendly game, but not the same intensity as an international game. There is Idris Abdullah. Goes to Kasim, but Kasim unable to control, and the chance goes begging for South Africa. The deadlock maintains for a little bit longer here. It remains 0-0 at the MTC Dome.
Of course, Tyrant, that was a chance for South Africa right there. I would say a chance gone to waste. And we have Maretsa Tendai in the defense there. That was a small collision from those teams right there. That was Nitling. Very good player to watch out for. And the ball is again with Tendai. Takes it to the front.
South Africa have played Zimbabwe just twice before and have scored a cumulative 22 goals in those two meetings. It was actually at this venue in 2017 on another surface. Zimbabwe will be much happier with the way they started here. Hans Neetling is on the park. Oh, they're not connecting quite yet, the South Africans. Maybe missing a little bit, concerned a little bit for teammate Justin Domleo, who's flown home to be with his ill child who's got flu or pneumonia.
It's quite an easy start for both teams here. And of course, I did expect South Africa to be leading already in the first quarter. And looks like they are not yet there. And it looks like maybe they will come back in the second quarter of this game, because yesterday it was a very intense game between Namibia. There you have this.
Yeah, of course, when the two teams met in 2017, here's a chance. And Idris Abdullah sees the ball, pockets it off of his stick, almost as his eyes lit up to score the goal. Brilliant defensive intervention there from the Zimbabweans. And Kevin January, the star on that occasion. Zimbabwe continue to maintain the deadlock. Of course, when they met in 2017, in their first game, South Africa victorious 10 goals to 2. And in the second, 12-0. A walloping it was on that occasion. Well, Zimbabwe look like they are enjoying themselves right now. A couple of the youngsters into the team. And Chibatete showing the footwork to set up an attack. Ball comes across but lifts off of the stick of Eustace. And, well, it's early doors, but Zimbabwe are equipping themselves incredibly well here.
Of course, absolutely incredible performance from Zimbabwe. Unexpectedly well done. I think they are on form, because when they played Namibia 2 days ago, they suffered a serious 12-0 loss from Namibia. However, they have maintained this one. The deadlock is still on. It's still 0-0 from both teams.
Yeah, we see a card shown there to the Zimbabweans for danger. I'm just trying to see who received the card. It is Mike Gumbura who receives the card, and that is it for the first quarter. A goalless first quarter. It's South Africa 0, Zimbabwe 0.
Spice up your day with GoTV. Abner and Amanda share their love for food and family as they cook up a storm of fun and flavor.
That looks perfect.
Then, from delicious dishes to wedding wishes, as newly engaged couples navigate the maze of wedding budgets.
You guys have any idea on the budget yet?
And for a dose of intergalactic fun, join a quirky vlogger and her alien buddy on their daily adventures.
What a day. I'm exhausted.
It's all happening on your go-to place. GoTV. Love it. This month on DSTV Compact Plus, superstardom is up for grabs as Nigeria's top singing talent takes the stage.
Good evening, Nigeria. How y'all doing tonight?
Mike and Elvis are hitting the road to restore national automotive icons across the globe.
This is like heaven.
And Puss in Boots must defend the city of San Lorenzo from one catastrophe after another.
You will terrorize San Lorenzo no more.
There's so much to enjoy on your home of entertainment, so upgrade to DSTV Compact Plus.
We're back underway here at the MTC Dome in Swakopmund. Zimbabwe having a very credible opening quarter, drawing 0-0. South Africa yet to test. Nick White there with a flick. Finds Chibatete up to task.
I think Zimbabwe's Chimbetete is really on form. He has been defending, or rather saving, these chances that South Africa gets. There is the ball with Kasim Dayan. Brilliant defense there from Zimbabwe. Attacking. A chance for Zimbabwe. What a save.
Wonderful double save from Bongamoso Ngoma. He makes the first save. He falls down. He gets up quickly, makes himself big, makes the second save, and it is a long corner. Well, Zimbabwe are growing in confidence here. And can the South Africans douse that fire as quickly as possible, because Zimbabwe are finding some spaces.
Yes, Tyrone, I believe that Zimbabwe's confidence is really on par today. And you can see by the way they are playing, you can see that these players are really confident. And also the crowd, I think the Zimbabwe's girls team, of course, are chanting and, of course, giving them that encouragement and motivation for them to keep the play. And, of course, it is still 0-0. What an unbelievable performance from Zimbabwe. And definitely South Africa is trying to get through to Chimpetete. They keep testing Chimpetete. What a save from Chimpetete.
Good save, but ball lifted up into the player, and so it is a penalty corner to the South Africans. Their second of the game, the first not converted. Jethro Eustace lines up. Of course, he opened the scoring yesterday against Namibia. Will he be the man to answer the questions early on? Chimpetete and co have so far done what they've had to do here. It is Eustace. Chimpetete charges out. He's quick, and well, it will be another penalty corner. It lifted off of Chimpetete back towards Eustace, who couldn't take a second shot as he had fallen onto the floor. Same penalty corner, so we don't really take the time again. This time it is a goal for the South Africans. They do the variation. It goes out from Nick White to Eustace. He brings it across, and Keegan Heslett finds the back of the net to make it 1-0 to South Africa.
Definite open from South Africa there. It was a good corner from White. Gives it straight to his strike, and then it was back in the net. I think Chimpetete did not expect that one. Zimbabwe is still trying their utmost best here, and that is Kasim Dayan.
And again, Chimpetete just misses the ball there, catches the player. It is a penalty corner awarded on this occasion. You need to be careful of that. Could be a stroke if you take out the player too heavily. But nice sportsmanship between Chimpetete and Kasim. And we see a copy of the last one as Eustace Heslett. It is exactly the same, and this time it is saved by Chimpetete. And here's a chance for Zimbabwe, but they're isolated, and wow.
South Africa has been getting these penalty kicks, and they have been trying to capitalize on those chances. Once you get those chances, you need to ensure that you score a goal. And that's exactly what South Africa has been trying to do. And of course, absolute brilliant performance from Zimbabwe right there. Zimbabwe did suffer a great loss during their first game against Namibia. And now they are facing South Africa. Brilliant performance from South Africa right there. Brilliant block. Beautiful block from Zimbabwe right there. Definitely testing Chimpetete. Chimpetete has been absolutely phenomenal in his goal there. That is a Tendai. The question remains, which is of course, will Zimbabwe come to the party? Will Zimbabwe get on the bus? Will they get those tickets booked? Of course, for Zimbabwe, they should be a definite win for them to secure a spot to go to Croatia. That is, of course, next year at the Indoor World Cup.
Now, of course, the nature of the tournament means Zimbabwe would have to win by quite a few goals to qualify because of the goal difference. But Mustafa Kasim, well, that's 35 consecutive tests he's now scored in, and he does that so well. It's the touch to the left that throws Chimpetete off before he pulls it back and finishes into the bottom, or just over the backboard. So cool, calm, and collected. A lot of young players can watch that and learn. It's not about the amount of power. It's just about the finesse and the control. And here goes Diane Kasim, brings it across, and will win a penalty corner. Tendai Maredza with a breakdown, a play just outside the circle, but intentional, and so it is upgraded. South Africa is starting to purr. The engine is starting to go, and Zimbabwe are struggling to just keep up and control the attacks right now.
Yes, no, definitely that was a brilliant performance from Kasim Dayan. And that is exactly what I said yesterday. Indeed, he did deserve to be the player of the match.
No goal on this occasion as the ball was shot from outside the circle from Dayan Kasim. The umpire says it. No, apologies. He's saying the ball never left the circle. So, of course, you can't score from a penalty corner until the ball has left the circle. South Africa stopping it just inside. And so it remains 2-0, but it could be 3 now. And it is 3 now. Idris Abdullah sets up Mustafa Kasim, who finishes into the bottom right. And again, people may look and say, where was the power? But you don't need the power if you've got the precision.
Exactly, Tyron. I think South Africa is now realizing that they need to win this one. As you can see, their performance and the intensity really, really magnificently increased to some extent. Of course, now South Africa trying to, that is of course Gift looking for Tendai. That is Tendai giving it back to Gift. Tendai, beautiful walk there from Tendai. Back to Gift. Of course, then Gift looking for Tendai. Ball is back with South Africa. Ball is back with... Oh!
And just like that, he has completed his hat-trick. Another 3 goals for Mustafa Kasim. He was almost a peripheral figure in the first quarter, and now in the second, he's just ramped up the intensity. And Chibetete will just have his gear retied. Seems something has come loose. But that was brilliant from Mustafa, creating his own space and then generating tremendous power without any back flick. And just like that, South Africa have run into the distance with a 4th goal.
Of course, I think Kasim Dayan has really been absolutely great player throughout this tournament. He is indeed a player to watch out for, very skillful, creates his own balls, creates his own space. He knows where to be at the right time. He knows where to strike. And of course, Chimbetete is in serious trouble from Dayan. Chimbetete is getting some assistance there. I think it was...
yeah, his kicker had just come loose there, and so he had to take his pad off and everything to just reset the pads. And this is the kind of thing I was talking about. So use moments like this, use a keeper to reset, to just break the momentum of your opposition.
Of course, Tyron, I agree. You did indeed say that, you know, you need to play those tactics to delay and, of course, break the momentum of the opposition. Let's see if that is the case here. South Africa gets the ball. Back to Dayan. Tendai looking for Gift, of course. That is Gift right there.
Mustafa Kasim now on 84 international games. He's just played 34 games. This is 35th. Incredible, incredible stuff.
Ball is back with Tendai. Looking for that opportunity. Looking to pass through the center of the South African players. Should be a foul there. Gift gets the start. Back to Tendai. Back to Gift. That was an absolute poor pass or poor tactic from Gift there. Ball is back with Dayan, looking to go to the front. Absolute beautiful performance from South Africa.
Oh, inches wide there from Hans Nedling. Looking for his goal as an international indoor hockey star now. Of course, scored a whole bunch at the Junior World Cup for the South African side in Malaysia.
That was indeed a beautiful strike from White. And of course, Zimbabwe is still looking for that chance. They still want to come back to the game. And of course, South Africa is leading this one with a 4. Zimbabwe 0. And ball is with Dayan. Back to Dayan. Looking for that space. Looking to pass to White. White back to Dayan. Back in the center, of course. That is Littling Hans. Back to White. Giving it back to Dayan.
Yeah, it's about a minute to go till the half-time break. South Africa looking to add a 5th to the game. And once again, Zimbabwe, great first quarter, not a great second quarter. The South African engine started purring. They were unable to pull the plug and stop it. Chibatete's little pad mishap at least has broken some of the momentum, stopped the intensity from growing. I mean, if you look at the South African side, if you take Justin Domino and Jethro Eustace out of it, the next oldest player is Keegan Hazard at 27. Still got many years together, still a young team. Same with the Namibians. Zimbabwe now starting to reshape and reform their young players. Future of indoor hockey in Africa is a bright one, and it is a bright one on African Day. Happy Africa Day to everybody who is watching. I hope you are enjoying the coverage as we give it to you. Chibatete makes the save on this occasion.
Indeed, of course, it is the African Day of Child. That brings us to the end of the second quarter with South Africa 4, Zimbabwe 0. Stay with us.
Meet Christine, an office snacker with a craving for treats, but a budget to stick to. Fortunately, the Synergy chatbot has her covered. With just a few taps, Christine can find the latest specials on snacks, satisfying her cravings without breaking the bank. And then there's Brian, who's out on a date with the most beautiful girl in Winter. But even romance can't distract Brian from his love of sports updates. Luckily, the Synergy chatbot keeps him in the loop so he can stay connected while enjoying his evening. Finally, there's Henriette, who loves to stay informed with the latest news. Unlike other boomers, Henriette knows that she can conveniently access daily newspapers via the Synergy chatbot. Whether it's snacks, sports, or news, the Synergy chatbot has something for everyone.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
It's not just a match, it's the crescendo of a season-long symphony.
Now approaching the final critical moment. So for one inside the final in the FA Cup final. European final. Europa League Champions League final game.
Stay connected to GoTV to witness. Live in all the finals on GoTV. Brace yourself for the kickoff of the UEFA Euros 2024. Only on your World of Champions.
This month on DSTV Compact Plus, superstardom is up for grabs as Nigeria's top singing talent takes the stage.
Good evening, Nigeria. How y'all doing tonight?
Mike and Elvis are hitting the road to restore national automotive icons across the globe.
This is like heaven.
And Puss in Boots must defend the city of San Lorenzo from one catastrophe after another.
You will terrorize San Lorenzo no more.
There's so much to enjoy on your home of entertainment, so upgrade to DSTV Compact Plus.
Welcome back, viewers. Of course, that is your Zimbabwean team. It is, of course, South Africa 4, Zimbabwe 0 at the Indo-Africa Cup, man, here at the Dome in Swakopmund. Of course, a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning here in Swakopmund. For those of you that are in Swakopmund, make your way to the Dome. Come and watch world-class hockey. And, of course, these teams are fighting for a spot in the Indoor World Cup in Croatia next year. And of course it is South Africa versus Zimbabwe.
Well, the first half of action saw a Zimbabwean side that frustrated the South Africans for 10 minutes. But unfortunately we're not able to frustrate them for any longer. And in the second quarter, the South African quality shone through. Mustafa Kasim once again, the man with the fire, the man creating the problems and getting the goals as he gets himself a hat-trick on the day. There's a good spirits being played on the park between the teams.
Bongo Musa, of course, is in the goal for South Africa, and Chimbetete is in the goal for Zimbabwe. There we go. Ball is with South Africa. Whoa! Absolutely beautiful. Right in the start of the third quarter. South Africa does it again, of course. Brilliant, brilliant goal from Kasim Dayan. Absolutely skillful player right there, Tyrone.
Yeah, they do that so often against teams. They come out early in a quarter and they just show some quick intensity and fire. And you see there, it was all about the movement off the ball from Dayan, giving himself space and finishing brilliantly. He did the same yesterday against Namibia, and they scored early in the third quarter there to make it a 5-0. Well, they've done a chair again to make it 5-0. But it's the off-the-ball movement. It's so difficult to keep when a player like Dayan, with the pace that he has, moves in the way that he does.
Of course, Tyrone, South Africa, of course, was a bit under pressure in the first 10 minutes with Zimbabwe getting all those chances, but unfortunately nothing came from those chances. But now South Africa is in the lead right just after halftime, and then they get their score with Kasim Dayan capitalizing on that one chance against the ball, and then he strikes. That is Zimbabwe. Beautiful play work from Zimbabwe right there. A chance for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I tell you what, the crowd would love a goal here just to raise the roof a little bit. But yeah, the South African, their job is to really quell that, is to stop anything from happening, to stop a goal from coming, and really to just keep adding for themselves. You know, you don't necessarily want to upset the crowd too much, but in this case, you can imagine the South Africans want to do exactly that. Just stop the Zimbabweans from having anything to cheer about in this game.
Of course, will be a long corner for South Africa. Hazlitt taking it there. course, looking to pass through the center. Giving it back to Eustace. Eustace looking for Hazlitt. Hazlitt says, here I am. Let me give it back to you. The ball is with a 3-man right there. Wow, beautiful, beautiful pass.
And it is a goal, number 4 for Mustafa Kasim. Gets through Chibatete, makes the save, but not enough of a save. It bobbles over his pad and into the back of the goal. 6-0 for South Africa, and they are just ramping up the pressure, ramping up the intensity, and putting down a mark as they go on their way to confirming qualification for the Indoor Hockey World Cup in Croatia.
Tendai giving it back to Constante. It is Tendai looking for Muchono.
I tell you what, I think Zimbabwe got lucky there that wasn't a stroke. Intentional pullback of the stick as Nick White was about to have the shot. And that could have been a penalty stroke. It's a penalty corner though. And South Africa will look to try and make it count. Nick White was hoping for his golden goal moment there. Instead he will have to turn to provider here. Penalty corner time. It'll go inside. It is Hazlitt. And it is a goal. Number 7, South Africa are galloping into the distance right now.
Of course, South Africa keeps on capitalizing on those chances that they get with those penalties right there. Of course, it's now 7-0. And Zimbabwe is being suffocated by South Africa here. Brilliant performance from the team. And the ball is with Hazlitt. Looking for Lero. Back to Hazlitt. Lero there. Of course, looking to pass to the front. Brilliant performance from Nitling.
What a finish from Del Piero Langford. It moves across from Nitling. It comes to Langford, who gets it in off the crossbar. And it's 8-0. South Africa have scored as many goals in the first 5 minutes of this half as they scored in the full first half. And it's getting a bit nightmarish for the Zimbabweans.
Yes, I agree with you, Taryn. It was the first 10 minutes, Zimbabwe was full of confidence, and I had hope for the Zimbabweans. But now it looks like South Africa is back on track. Nicholas White giving it back to Lero. Lero gives it to Hazlitt. Hazlitt back to Lero. Hazlitt looking to pass it to the front. Lero looking to pass through the center. Hazlitt starts off with the pass to the front. Gets to White. White is in the circle. Looks like it is another penalty again. And White is taking the short corner penalty here. And giving it, of course, giving South Africa yet another chance to get to 9. The question is, will they make use of this opportunity? Will they capitalize on this opportunity? There we go!
And Hans Netland gets his first international goal for South Africa from a penalty corner. And it's now 9-0. Well, it's an exhibition of finishing here at the MTC Dome. South Africa adding goals from everywhere.
South Africa has this way of playing to indicate that they want to win this one, and they're breaking the morale of the Zimbabweans here. Come to think of it, it's been very, very brilliant performance from both teams, but unfortunately, South Africa is coming out victorious with this one, with only 1 quarter left of this game. has led. Hazlet giving it to Leroy. Leroy looking for White. Gives it back to Leroy. Hazlet gives it to Netling.
South Africa looking for double figures here for the third consecutive test match against Zimbabwe. 10-2, 12-0 in their last two. Looking for double figures here. Zimbabwe just trying to stop the drought. It's off the foot of Nick White. That's a chance to just relieve the pressure a little bit for the Zimbabweans.
I need to agree with you, Taryn, that of course in times like this you need to delay so you can break the momentum of your opposition. But looks like those tactics are not working against South Africa. They keep on coming back stronger and stronger. The Eastern Die that gives back the ball to South Africa. What a beautiful goal. Absolutely beautiful goal from Abdullah.
Yeah, unforced error. Hans Neetling seeing the run, firing it through, and Idris Abdullah with the superb little flick, reminiscent of what he did at the Kathia Energy Nkosi Cup final. That deflection, not much that Chibetete could do, and South Africa do have double figures here. 0 goals in the first quarter. 4 goals in the second and 6 in the third.
Brilliant performance from South Africa. They keep coming back. There's Eustace looking to strike. Giving the... That was definitely a chance from South Africa right there. And they of course have their double figure right here in the third quarter of this game. And of course Zimbabwe being suffocated by South Africa. I think they need to go back and re-strategize and relook on their play.
Yeah, look, you're just playing a juggernaut. This is the team that came 6th at the World Cup. So much experience, and they're showing it here. Oh, there we go. They've made Bongamusa Mgoma make a save. He's been a virtual spectator since the opening quarter, but he's just shown that he is still there with a jump man. And South Africa just patiently hold the ball now. Just wait. They will look and watch the off-the-ball running that they do. It's so difficult to mark that movement. And another penalty corner here. Langford wins it. Chats between the player and the umpire. South Africa have been absolutely ruthless at penalty corner time in the second half. Will they add another? There's Eustace, there's Neetling, Delpy Langford. Will there be a variation? Takanyane will be the person who puts the ball in. It's Neetling, he doesn't control the first time, fires it across, but it's cleared, and that will bring to the end the suffering of Zimbabwe in that quarter. It's at the third quarter break, 10-0 to South Africa.
Today we are going to learn how to bake.
Welcome, everyone.
Things may not always go as planned, but our technology doesn't fail. Join Paratus today. Paratus, always prepared.
We are back for the fourth quarter. And of course, will Zimbabwe continue to suffer? or will they at least put in a goal? That question remains, and of course, it is another chance for South Africa to capitalize here. And absolutely beautiful work from South Africa, leading and getting all those goals, creating all those chances. Of course, there you have Landford taking that one for South Africa.
And it's another goal for the South Africans. As the variation is used, Diane Kasim sets it up for Jethro Eustace, who gets another goal for himself. South Africa now 11-0. Penalty corners have been brutal for the Zimbabweans against the South African outfit.
Tyron, most of South Africa's chances were coming from those penalty corners. They created them, made sure that they capitalized on them. And of course, they did just that.
Absolutely, and they're going to look to continue more here. Just ran out of space there. Driven inside, looking for a foot, but there's a lift from just outside the circle.
If Tendai there, looking to get it to the front, gives it to Muchono. The ref calls it off. Chimbetete
11-0 South Africa, just sorry, Enzo, 11-0 South Africa, just one goal away from their biggest return against Zimbabwe, a 12-0 win here at this venue. And with 8.5 minutes left, they've got a good chance. Diane slipping off of his hands, off his feet there, and giving away the free hit.
Of course, the ball is with Muchono. Back to Tendai. Muchono looking to get it to the front. What a sloppy pass. And then Kasim Dayan gets it, gives it back to Eustace. Eustace is looking to get it to the front. Gets through. South Africa. Another chance. Tendai giving back to Muchono. Muchono gives it in the center. Tendai on the side.
South Africa have been fantastic today. They really have. They had a bit of a slow start, a slow burner to the game, but once it ignited, it spread like wildfire. And they have celebrated their African Day in a phenomenal way, just creating and scoring goal after goal after goal. And this will be a penalty corner again. Ball has touched the back stick. Can see the disappointment there on the eyes of the faces of the Zimbabwean team. And on that occasion, it was Muchono Constantine who's unable to intercept there and take it out of play. In South Africa get another penalty corner, and of course with that another goal scoring opportunity.
Of course, and this is where most of South Africa's opportunities were created, from these goal corners. Wow! Absolutely spectacular right there. South Africa scores another goal. Darren.
Delpy Langford scores off the crossbar again. I mean, that's impossible for a keeper to stop. The pace that they generate is just incredible. South Africa have been superb today. Diane Kasim, I think he's only got one goal to his name, but maybe 6 assists now.
Well, I even ran out counting Kasim Dayan's goals, because he's absolutely brilliant player on the field. The ball is with White. Nitling looking to take it through. However, the Zimbabweans got it.
That was a good run there from Zimbabwe. Free hit just outside. A little bit more hope there. Well, ball will come all the way back. South Africa have said we're going to ask you the questions that we asked at the World Cup. And unfortunately for Zimbabwe, they have not been able to answer it.
The ball is with Gift. Zimbabwe's Gift giving it back to Muchono. Trying to get it to the front. South Africa stops that one. Of course, we are 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. And South Africa is suffocating Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is suffering at the hands of South Africa. Brilliant move there from Nitling Hunt. Giving it to Gift. That was indeed a sloppy pass. Back to Hazlet. Hazlet looking for Lero. Lero brings it back to Hazlet. Hazlet goes to the front. Looking to make opportunity for South Africa. South Africa has been absolutely superb in this game here with Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe did suffer to Namibia as well, to 12 goals. And South Africa back.
Idris Abdullah. He almost did that one-touch pass inside, but it was just too far away. South Africa come again. Hans Netland tries to force it. Here's a chance for Zimbabwe! Ngomo saves and screams at his defense, telling them that's not acceptable. Do not let them into my house. I need my bounces back in order. Zimbabwe creating a second circle entry in quick succession there, but not able to make it count, as it has been a wave of traffic from the South Africans today that has really just rocked the Zimbabwean performance.
That was a collision right there between those two players. Let's see what the ref decides here. Luckily, no one got hurt. However, Zimbabwe is still suffering from South Africa. You know, at least Zimbabwe got here, showed up, and showed up with the little that they could. And we have Tendai there. Back to Tendai. Has that on the...
Well, South Africa need one more to set a new biggest victory against Zimbabwe. We've got 3 minutes remaining.
Zimbabwe is still hopeful and still trying to defend so that South Africa does not get that ultimate victory, which will be, of course, one for the books. That will be a 13 with, of course, less than 2 minutes into this one. We will see whether South Africa can produce.
Yeah, and it's only right that at this point in time we do also congratulate Namibia. Them and South Africa will be in the final. And that hit a foot, so that should be a penalty corner. Not seen. And there we go. It is blown now. The penalty corner is awarded. Hitting a foot in front of Chibatete. Of course, Namibia and South Africa will be going to Croatia. That was the most important thing to start the tournament, was qualify for the World Cup. Of course, all eyes will be on tomorrow, the final. Both teams want to be African champion. But objective number one achieved in February 2025. South Africa and Namibia will represent Africa again at the Indoor Hockey World Cup.
Of course, both teams are very, very magnificent on the field. And of course, we are cognizant of the fact that all African teams, wow,
Yeah, that deflection from Delpy just off target, so no penalty corner or anything like that.
Okay, Tendai with the ball. Zimbabwe is still hopeful, looking to pass it through to the center. The ball is between Tendai and Gift. That is indeed a long corner for South Africa. Less than a minute into this one. Will South Africa capitalize and score another goal? Absolutely brilliant performance from South Africa. Spectacular, superb. Whoa.
Wow, Mustafa Kasim is almost surprised he didn't score there. But it is the South Africans who will play this final minute. Maybe find one more goal. Dayan Mustafa, and he's fired wide. Well, that's uncharacteristic. 2 quick misses from Mustafa. But he scored 4 already in this game. Maybe he said that's enough.
There we go. South Africa still adamant. Talking. There we go to the front. Zimbabwe blocks it there. That was a block definitely from Tendai. And South Africa is still trying to get, whoa, brilliant skill right there from South Africa. And of course that is Mustafa. Already scored 4 goals. And he says it's enough. Of course, we have come to the end of this one. South Africa 12, Zimbabwe 0. South Africa did indeed suffocate Zimbabwe. Of course, this says that South Africa, Namibia will face each other in the final. And it is, of course, a ticket for both of these teams to head to Croatia.
Your player of the match this morning, Dayan Kasim.
South Africa 12, Zimbabwe 0. That was absolute brilliant performance, superb performance, world-class hockey from South Africa. Stay with us. Do not go anywhere. This is, of course, the Indo-Africa Cup here at the Dome in Swakopmund.
With your last cash left for the month, you decide to get a chicken bucket for the family. So you hop in your car and pay for the petrol to get to the drive-thru. Then you pay for the chicken. Then you get stuck in traffic and your family's starving. They'll make you pay for that. Then some guy on his phone drives into you. Now you'll have to pay millions for that. Then you finally get home. But 20 minutes later, that precious bucket of chicken is now a bucket of bones. Or you can pay once from the comfort of your home, right on your phone with the MyGoTV app.
Who's ready for family movie night?
To enjoy series, movies, sport, and kid shows.
Seriously?
Ooh, I love this.
To keep the whole family smiling for an entire month.
This is the fun part.
For unbeatable value for money entertainment, there's only one way to go. Go TV. Love it.
Of course, viewers, we are at the Dome in Swakopmund. If you're finding yourself in Swakopmund, please do come to the Dome. Come and watch. Of course, you can see right there that was South Africa against Zimbabwe, where South Africa, of course, showed Zimbabwe some flames, serious flames. And Zimbabwe, of course, suffered this one. The first 10 minutes, Zimbabwe was confident. They kept on creating those chances. They kept on showing South Africa that they are here to be competitive. But unfortunately, the game was not on their side. There was a brilliant save there, double save from South Africa's goalkeeper. You can see experienced player. The first 10 minutes was practically impossible to get through to both of the goalkeepers rather. You can see right there that was South Africa's second goal. Of course, a magnificent performance, superb performance from South Africa. South Africa, although they came to the party within the final minutes of the second quarter or the third quarter, they came and showed Zimbabwe that, my guy, we are here and we will show you some flames. Brilliant performance from South Africa right there. Kasim Dayan scoring 4 of those goals right there for South Africa. Look at the coordination from these players of South Africa. Of course, South Africa is set to go to Croatia. That was halftime and South Africa had 4, Zimbabwe 0 at the Indo-Africa Cup. In the second half, definitely South Africa came back with some new strategies, new connections, new skill. Of course, absolutely beautiful tactics from both sides right there. Kasim Diana, of course, a player to look out for. And we hope, or rather think that he's most probably player of the match. Last night he did win, and of course it was a tight game between Namibia and South Africa last night, but we have to congratulate both teams for making it to the Indo World Cup in Croatia. And South Africa kept on getting the penalties, kept on capitalizing on these chances that they got, and you could see that Zimbabwe was caught off guard by most of these goals. Beautiful contact right there. Put the stick down, ball goes into the top corner. Chimbetete had no chance on catching that one. South Africa indeed wanted to maximize on their victory here and increase or be part of the books to beat Zimbabwe to 13 goals to 0. And such an unfortunate situation for Zimbabwe. Look at that beautiful play from South Africa. It was a small collision between the players there. And of course, there was a quick change of players. And that was it. That was a full time of South Africa versus Zimbabwe. South Africa beating Zimbabwe to 12-0. Stay with us. Do not go anywhere. We quickly go for a commercial ad break. We will be right back.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
Poor sportsmanship right now from the lads. 1.85 for the national record. Here's another chance, and it is a goal from Vindo
Wij zij zegt, ja, is er aan neertrekken. Hij bal ligt mij grond gepakt. Ja, hij is grond gepakt. En dan zien we
running that mountain up. Right, so we will be doing this. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love it. I love it. So then
kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one.
Op
Op Netwerk TV se Klets Kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
Of course, next up we will have the women hockey. This is South Africa versus Zimbabwe. Do not go anywhere. But now we quickly take a look at the player of the match. That was the match between South Africa and Zimbabwe.
Player of the match today is Diane Cassini, who receives his prize here from
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Diane, obviously, first and foremost, you guys came to the tournament with the primary objective, qualifying for the Indo World Cup. That's done. How does that feel?
Yeah, I think it feels really amazing. I think it was, at the start it was really tough by Botswana not coming, and we really wanted to play that game and every single game. But I think now we qualified, we got the 9 points that we really wanted. So the first job is done. Now we just have to focus on the game tomorrow against Zimbabwe in the final.
Obviously, everybody loves scoring goals. I mean, you as well. But today, I think it was 5 assists. Enjoy the assist just as much as the goal?
Yeah, I think for me, I enjoy assisting. I changed my position, or the coaches changed my position to middleman to be more creative and stuff. So if the other guys can score goals, why not just give them the ball?
Brilliant. Good luck to you and the team in the final.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Of course, that was your player of the match. That was the match between South Africa and Zimbabwe. That is South Africa suffocating Zimbabwe to 12-0 here at the Indo Africa Cup at the Dome in Swakopmund. Stay with us. We will come back for more action with the girls. That is South Africa versus Zimbabwe women here at the Dome in Swakopmund. Of course, with me, I think I will have to say goodbye to you viewers. I'll be back in a few minutes. See you guys.